driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. I almost said morning. Somebody got up kind of late. Been up for an hour, maybe. Got up at 1:30. I needed the rest though. I needed it. It was full of nightmares, but horrible ones too. These were bad. It being the holidays, it's not surprising that my nightmares are starting back up again. They were pretty much gone, but May after the holidays they will disappear again. I'm trying to figure out what this little white thing is. It's this. For some reason, it's bothering me. Okay. I'm going to give it a little bit for people to get on here. Give it a couple minutes. Today we're going to talk about the spiritual experience in the big book. I think it's 562. Let's find out. Nope. And I'm not getting there we are. Okay. The spiritual experience. 567 is what it's on. How much time are we at? I'm going to give it to the 3-minute mark and then I'll get started. I don't know why I'm not getting anybody. Everybody's at home. Maybe I missed something. Maybe something started at 2 o'clock that I didn't know about. Who knows? Let's get started. So I am reading out of A Day at a Time today. Daily Reflection covered what we covered yesterday and the day before combined. So I didn't want to cover it again. I've had to do the introductions because I'm not quite awake. Apologize. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion Miller. I will be your host. And of course, if you're here, please say hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. A little bit of talking juice, which I'm going to have to give up next week. I've been going through some physical stuff that I just haven't been talking about it. I'm in a little bit of pain, but not so much that it affects. It's more, ever since I had my gallbladder out, let's just say things haven't been the same. So I've been dealing with that a lot lately. It's kept me from work. My work's getting pissed at me. This is beyond my control, though. What can I do? I've got to take care of myself. So, and there's there's certainly other reasons. So, all right. Reflection for the day. How can I tell if I have had a spiritual awakening? For many of us in the program, a spiritual awakening manifests itself in a simple rather than complicated evidences, emotional maturity, and end to constant and soul-churning resentments. Thought I saw something. That was weird. An end to constant and soul-churning resentments. the ability to love and be loved in return. The belief, even without understanding, that sometimes that something lets the sun rise and set, brings forth and ends life, and gives joy to human hearts. Am I now able to do, feel, and believe which I could not previously do through my own unaided strength and resources alone? So what they're saying is the spiritual experience, the spirit, get out of that. Go lay down. Sorry, my dog was yeah. My dog was eating treats. Let's put it that way. And she's deaf. So it's not like I can yell at her to stop. I gotta go over there. So, but the spiritual experience or a spiritual awakening is usually small in nature. I did not have a huge spiritual experience. I don't know that I could have handled one, and I don't know that I'd want one. It feels kind of overwhelming. No thanks. I like the educational variety. I like having epiphanies. I do. Okay. Now there are times when God gives me what's called a two by a fork, but it's 2x4 effect, but it's not a spiritual awakening. They are high level epiphanies. Maybe they're spiritual awakenings. I don't fucking know. I'm not even awake. Be talking like that. I don't even know right now. So I'm gonna read at a 567 for all you lovely folks. The terms spiritual experience and spiritual awakening are used many times in this book, which, upon careful reading, shows that the personality change sufficient to bring about recovery from alcoholism has manifested itself among us in many different forms. The first thing that you're probably going to notice from this is that you no longer have the obsession to drink. That should be your first spiritual experience. Excuse me. Yet it is true that our first printing gave many readers the impression that these personality changes or religious experience must be in the nature of sudden and spectacular upheavals. Happily for everyone, this conclusion is erroneous. In the first few chapters, a number of sudden revolutionary changes are described. Though it was not our intention to create such an impression, many alcoholics have nevertheless concluded that in order to recover, they must acquire an immediate and overwhelming God consciousness, followed at once by a vast change in feeling and outlook. Wouldn't that be a lot to experience at once? I'm going to put you guys on mute for a second. All right. Among our rapidly growing membership of thousands of alcoholics, such transformations, though frequent, are by no means the rule. Most of our experiences are what the psychologist William James calls the educational variety, because they develop slowly over a period of time. Quite often, friends of the newcomer are aware of the difference long before he is himself. He finally realizes that he has undergone a profound alteration in his reaction to life, that such a change could hardly have been brought about by himself alone. What often takes place in a few months could seldom have been accomplished by years of self discipline. With few exceptions, our members find that they have tapped an unsuspecting inner resource which they presently identify with their own conception of a power greater than themselves. Most of us think this awareness of a power greater than ourselves is the essence of a spiritual experience. Our more religious members call it God consciousness. Right? So thank God for the educational variety. Hence, a lot of us Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Check face space. Um, so yeah, thank God that we can have these spiritual experiences in the educational variety. Because I'm such a reactive person. If God gave me a burning bush, I would throw water on it. I'm a reactive person, right? That wouldn't work for Dion. He wouldn't even catch it. And in the beginning, I wasn't going to catch anything. I wasn't going to be able to catch much of anything, let alone let the Spirit of God expel me. No way I would have done that at that time. Today, I'm okay with it, right? Most emphatically, we wish to say that any alcoholic capable of honestly facing his problems in the light of our experience can recover, provided he does not close his mind to all spiritual concepts. He can only be defeated by an attitude of intolerance or belligerent denial. We find that no one need difficulty with the spirituality of the program. Willingness, honesty, and open mindedness are the essentials of recovery, but these are indispensable. There is a principle which is bar against all information, which is proof against all arguments, and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is contempt prior to investigation. I love that line. I still use contempt prior to investigation. It's a great line to use on people. Yeah, usually when people give you unsolicited advice, that's usually when I bring it up. They don't like that. They get kind of mad. And then guess what? They don't give me any more unsolicited advice. Damn. So, oops. It's okay to have boundaries. Sometimes you need to be a little rude. If somebody's not listening to your point, you're allowed to get a little rude. Hey, saying something to you here. You try shutting your fucking yapper? I'm just kidding. Don't say it that way. I had to be funny about something or just, oh, okay. Today I pray. May my spiritual confidence begin to spread over my attitudes towards other, especially during the holiday times when anticipation and anxieties are high. As an addicted person, I have not handled holidays well, greeting those who gather at my home, missing those who are not here. I pray for serenity to cope with the holidays brew of emotions. Today I'll remember spirit without spirits, cheer without cheer. I don't know what that means. I understand spirit without spirits, but I don't understand cheer without cheer. So I get the spirits. Don't, be in the spirit. Don't drink any spirits. Got it. All right. That's going to be it for today. Like I said, I wasn't too awake. I'm still trying to wake up. Maybe one of those days where I don't. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Let's remember that the Trudging Together group is shutting down. Everything else is not. Yeah, cheers. Oh, cheers without beers. Got it. They were talking about the new year. Got it. Okay. So they were talking about Christmas and New Year. Got it. Hey, if I just learned something, great. That's awesome. That's so awesome. I like learning new stuff because then I can pass it on. You too. I appreciate you being here, Ingrid. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.